We are at Pittodrie for Aberdeen's final group game in this Premier Sports League Cup game. So far, it's been 3 out of 3 for Aberdeen, hoping to make it 4 out of 4 today. 9 goals scored, 0 conceded. Can the Dons make it a clean sweep? The draw for the last 16 takes place later today after the conclusion of today's game. Kickoff is not that far away. It is now very close. 3 o'clock kickoff in the UK. This is how it looks from a Group A standing. Aberdeen, top of the pile, and looking for a good win today to set us up for our league campaign opener against Celtic next week. Hi everybody, a very warm welcome to Ali Beg ABTV here on YouTube. If you're making your way to the game, I hope you enjoy it. Big team news coming out, so that means there's only one place to start. Let's get the team news in, and our new summer signing, Bojan Miovski, starts, and he takes the number 9 shirt from Christian Ramirez. Jim Goodwin has just called him a class act in his pre-match interview. He said, "We saw the quality at the training camp in Spain. He's not 100% fit, but he's hoping that he gets off to a good start today." Christian Ramirez, he will now wear the number 99 shirt. So here's a little bit more about our new signing, North Macedonian international. He's only 23, 6'2". He's got 10 international caps. Last season, 31 appearances, 10 goals for Budapest. Wasn't it great to see him arriving at Cormack Park this week with his pal Hilba Ramadani, who gave him a lift in. Fantastic content coming out of the football club this week when we saw all the pictures from his first day at Cormack Park. Listen, if you want to get involved, please do. It'll be great to hear your thoughts on our new signing, Bojan Miovski being the new number 9 shirt. Matt Powell says, "Good afternoon, how you doing?" Paul Reiki said, "Excited to see all the new players link up and play ahead of the league game next week." I completely agree. If you want to get involved, feel free to join free on the old YouTube chat. Right, let's get some reaction ahead of today's game, which is coming up at Pittodrie. I spoke earlier with former Aberdeen player Nicky Low. Nicky now lives in Greenock. He, of course, plays for Arbroath, and he was one of our penalty takers in the 2014 League Cup final against Inverness, which we actually spoke about. But first, let's bring him on, say hello, and hear what he has to say. Nicky Law.
It's great to see you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me today. I want to start by asking you, so I know that you're training, you're obviously playing part-time for Arbroath still, but have you had a chance to watch Aberdeen in the League Cup so far?
Yeah, I watched a bit of a Stirling Albion game, I think it was. It was on the TV. I watched a bit online and it looked really good. After last year, it was a bit disappointing season for the club, so it's been a big overhaul.
Yeah.
I think they need to start well to get fans on board, and I think they've done it.
Yeah, exactly. What do you make of the overhaul that Jim Goodwin has done? 7 signings so far, new signings.
Yeah, it's obviously an exciting time for the fans because it's a lot of people that's came abroad, so you wouldn't know them until you watch them a few games. But I think they've started really well. And at a club at Aberdeen, I think you've got to start well because there's high expectations. So I think it's been a good start. And obviously they'll be looking to take that into the league campaign starting.
How do you see today's game against Raith Rovers going? Jim has actually said that this will be probably the toughest of the 3 games that they'll play. Do you agree with him? Or the 4 games they'll play? Do you agree?
Absolutely. Obviously, Raith's a familiar team to me. We played against them 4 times this season in the Championship, and obviously John McGlynn's just left and Ian Murray's come in. They're a team who I think are really good. On their day, they pass the ball from the back and stuff, and when they're at it, I think they're a really good team, as Aberdeen found out last year.
Yeah.
So this will be a tough test. Jim's right in saying it's been the toughest test so far. So I think for a fan's point of view, this will see where they're at, because this is a game Aberdeen should be winning. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to watch it. Obviously, the draw's on afterwards, so yeah. I'm going to watch it and see how it goes.
Okay, right. While you're on, we've got to talk about your own experiences in the League Cup. That penalty that you took against Inverness, which obviously helped set us on our way to win the trophy. I remember watching from what was the opposite end and thinking, he's not taking a run up here, which always made me nervous. Was that always your intention to do that?
Yes, because during the week, Dell McInnes actually had us practicing penalties.
Okay.
So in the whole week, I think we've done it every day leading up to the final, and I didn't miss one penalty.
Okay.
So I knew myself I was confident getting up. Obviously, I took penalties for the 20s/reserves, so I was confident I would score. But obviously, when you've got that amount of Aberdeen fans there in a League Cup final as a young boy, it's a wee bit harder than taking it at Pittodrie in front of nobody. So yes, the nerves were there, but obviously, thankfully, I stepped up and I scored.
I'm always intrigued to know what a player thinks as he's walking from the centre circle to the 18-yard box to collect the ball. Can you remember what was going through your mind in that short walk?
Yes, absolutely. My head was thinking, if you miss, you're going to be hated off all these Aberdeen fans. That's all you're thinking on. You just want to score then. Obviously, I think you seen by my reaction when I scored, it was just like, thankfully I've scored, you know. So, no, it was a great day and it's one to remember. I've always looked back on it. But obviously, it was just nice to help lift the trophy because obviously it was a few years since the club had done it.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the parade afterwards down Union Street. Was absolutely fantastic. I'm guessing that's going to be a memory that will not fade for quite a while.
Yeah, that's one I'll take to the grave with me. Obviously, you don't know expect. You know it's a big club, big fan base, but obviously you've won the cup, so you don't know if it's still going to be a big turnout. And obviously you can down Union Street when the open bus parade, and it was honestly incredible. Then went up, and obviously we're looking out down on the fans on the street, and it was just madness. And I've actually got a video of the all singing my name, so I've got that saved away. So that's one to show my daughter when she's a wee bit bigger.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, Nicky, listen, thank you for coming on. The very best of luck this season. I hope you go a step further this season. So the best of luck, mate.
Top man, thanks for having me.
Brilliant. All right, Nicky, have a good day, mate.
There we are, Nicky Low, speaking to us from his home in Greenock. The very best of luck to Nicky this season. I'm kind of hoping that our both go one step further. Right, what about our own manager? Let's see what he's had to say ahead of today's game. The Raith Rovers game, without being disrespectful to the previous three teams that we played, will be a step up in quality of opposition. I'm looking forward to seeing how my guys raise their game. He also said, we're not getting carried away because of the level of opposition that we've beaten, but there is a real air of positivity and a lot of optimism within the city and within our own group of supporters. I have to say, I completely agree with him after our first three games in Group A. But as Jim said, today will be the bigger test against Raith Rovers, who of course knocked us out last season. If you're just joining us, hi, lovely to see you. Just let me quickly say hello to Baz Cruz. Be good to see the linking up of the key positions. Looking decent from first few games. Probably see Bates at some stage with an eye on Celtic next week. That's an interesting thought because obviously Liam can't play next week. So what will happen? Will he bring in David Bates maybe for a half and see how he gets on? I'm actually kind of hoping that we do a deal for Mr. Scales before the Celtic game. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm not into all this loan nonsense. I'd much rather get it tied up and see where we are. Okay, if you are not going to today's game, just something new that I thought I'd bring you. This is the programme cover from Dolly Digital. In the programme, the award-winning programme, there is a fantastic tribute to the late Davy Robb, Aberdeen cult hero who sadly passed away recently. So if you're not going to the game, that is what the programme cover will look like. And I'll be doing my best to bring you all of the programme covers for all of our home games coming through this season. Don't forget, Bojan Majowski starts today. The new Aberdeen number 9, Christian Ramirez, is now number 99. Now, as I mentioned last week, we have a new feature here on Alibeg ABTV for the preview shows. I'm looking for you to get involved and tell me your thoughts ahead of the game. Let's speak to Gavin from ABZ, who's on his way to the game. This is what he had to say.
Good afternoon, this is Gavin J. Baxter with the ABZ Football Podcast, making our way to Pittodrie Stadium for today's game with Raith Rovers. Just seen the team sheets, Bojan Majowski starting in place of Christian Ramirez, so excited to see him for the first time. Big statement, he's also been given the number 9 shirt. It's been a successful group stage so far, 3 wins out of 3, granted against lower league opposition, but hey, if this summer's shown anything, it's that winning games in the group stage is not for everyone. Hibs. So yeah, excited to see what we can do today. Hopefully lay down a marker for the rest of the season and make it 4 wins out of 4. Yeah, all good here in Aberdeen. Stand free.
Thank you, Gavin. Great to see you. To finish off today's show, I thought it would only be right to wish this man a very happy 64th birthday. Jim Leighton, who played 535 games for Aberdeen in 2 spells. He won 9 honours and gained 91 international caps, which is still a record to this day. A couple of you have asked about an interview with Jim. All I can say is watch this space. A lot of people getting in touch about Miovski, our new number 9, looking for him to make a positive start today. I think he might only get 45 minutes, as Jim Goodwin was talking about his lack of match fitness, but let's wait and see what happens. Okay, guys, we are done for today's short but brief show. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Keep an eye out on social media channels for a brand new show coming very soon. So in the meantime, the very best of luck to the Dons today. Let's hope it's a clean sweep, and I'll see you again very soon. Enjoy the game. Bye for now.